How much will the Tesla Optimus robot cost when it goes on sale in the next few months?
You also need to be very good at scale manufacturing. So in order to have the robot not cost like hundreds of thousands of dollars, in order to make it cost like $10,000 or $20,000.
Yes, Elon Musk himself did confirm this, but that statement was made a long time ago. And there is one undeniable truth: Elon Musk has never been particularly good at keeping his promises, especially when it comes to the pricing of new products. The Optimus robot is currently Tesla's boldest gamble, and Elon Musk is effectively betting Tesla's future on this humanoid robot. Tesla has even canceled two of its core vehicle models, Model S and X, to expand the production lines for the Optimus Gen 3 robot, targeting a scale of up to 1 million units per year at the Fremont factory. Gen 4 is promised to continue development in Texas, with production volumes expected to be significantly higher. At the company's annual shareholder meeting, Elon Musk once again confidently reiterated that Tesla could manufacture this robot at a cost of around $10,000 and would begin commercial sales in 2026. So how is Tesla actually manufacturing humanoid robots? What does a massive production line capable of producing 1 million units per year look like? And when will we be able to buy one? Optimus. All of that will be revealed right now. Tesla has shared several updates on Optimus and the milestones this humanoid robot has achieved over the past year. According to Tesla, Optimus has gone through 3 major design revisions. The robot's hands alone have been redesigned 4 times over the past 2 years. But that is far from everything Tesla has planned for its robot. Beyond the goal of commercializing Gen 3 by the end of this year, Gen 4 and Gen 5 are still actively under research and development. It is very likely that by now you have already come across the news. Tesla is preparing to wind down production of the Model S and Model X, and part of the Fremont factory will be repurposed into a dedicated robot manufacturing facility capable of producing up to 1 million Optimus humanoid robots per year. The announcement was made by Tesla CEO Elon Musk during the company's fourth quarter earnings call earlier this week, immediately sparking widespread discussion across both the automotive and robotics industries. We'll dive deeper into the details and explain how Tesla's new Gen 3 Optimus production line operates at the Fremont factory later in this episode. But before that, it is important to clarify what this transition actually means. Contrary to some early interpretations, Tesla is not shutting down vehicle production at Fremont. The factory will continue building other Tesla models, while the specific floor space previously allocated to the Model S and Model X, both of which are nearing the end of their production cycles, will be reused to manufacture Optimus Gen 3, the next major iteration of Tesla's humanoid robot, which the company plans to unveil within the next few months. So what does Optimus Gen 3 offer? First and foremost, a better design. Before discussing Gen 3, it is essential to understand why Optimus Gen 2.5 exists as a distinct phase in Tesla's development roadmap. While Gen 2 represented a large leap over the original prototype, Tesla continued refining the platform internally without formally branding each update as a new generation. These refinements collectively form what many observers now refer to as Gen 2.5. Optimus Gen 2.5 preserved the core physical proportions that Tesla believes are optimal for human environments. Standing approximately 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighing around 138 pounds, the robot closely mirrors an average adult human. It features 5-fingered hands, articulated feet capable of maintaining balance, and a neck with rotational degrees of freedom that allow natural head movement. Its walking speed, while still conservative at roughly 1.3 miles per hour, was intentionally limited to prioritize stability, safety, and control, a trade-off Tesla considers acceptable given that human walking speed averages only 2 to 3 miles per hour. What set Gen 2.5 apart was not raw speed or headline-grabbing features, but refinement. Compared to the original Gen 1 prototype, which appeared as an exposed metal framework riddled with visible wiring, Gen 2.5 achieved an estimated 80% design completion. Structural elements were concealed, wiring was integrated internally, and the robot's exterior transitioned from industrial roughness to a cohesive, consumer-ready aesthetic. This shift alone signaled Tesla's intent to move beyond laboratory demonstrations toward real-world deployment. However, Gen 2.5 was never meant to be the final word. Tesla deliberately showcased this version publicly, including in regions where intellectual property concerns are typically high, because it was not yet the definitive commercial design. As Musk himself implied, copying Gen 2.5 would still leave competitors years behind the true target. With Optimus Gen 3, Tesla is expected to push the design envelope further while maintaining its human-centric philosophy. Unlike some humanoid robotics programs that sacrifice anthropomorphism for simplicity, Tesla remains committed to a human-like form factor, even though this approach significantly increases engineering complexity. One of the most anticipated changes in Gen 3 is the optimization of materials. In Gen 2.5, Tesla already achieved a relatively balanced composition of metal and plastic components, Gen 3 is expected to reduce reliance on metal, particularly aluminum alloys in skeletal structures where lighter alternatives can provide sufficient strength. Advanced materials such as carbon fiber composites and high-grade polycarbonate are likely to play a larger role, offering improved durability, reduced weight, and better resistance to scratches and impacts in industrial and domestic environments. Weight reduction is not merely an aesthetic or ergonomic concern. Every kilogram saved improves energy efficiency, extends battery life, and enhances balance and agility. Tesla is also expected to further integrate internal wiring, minimizing unnecessary cabling and reducing failure points. External sealing, especially around joints such as wrists and ankles, is likely to improve, enhancing robustness in complex environments filled with machinery, sharp edges, and variable surfaces. Another area where Gen 3 is expected to differentiate itself is human-robot interaction. While Optimus Gen 2.5 featured largely featureless head housing sensors and cameras, Tesla has hinted that Gen 3 of May introduced new visual interface elements. Industry observers speculate that a subtle display or LED-based system could be integrated into the head, enabling Optimus to communicate status information such as battery-level connectivity or task progress. Beyond utility, such a display could serve an emotional function. Human beings instinctively respond to visual cues, and even minimal expressive feedback can significantly improve comfort and trust. Rather than a silent, opaque machine, Gen 3. Optimus may feel more like a cooperative presence, a critical factor if humanoid robots are to enter homes, schools, and care environments. Perhaps the most transformative upgrade expected with Optimus Gen 3 is full voice communication. Optimus Gen 2.5 remained largely silent, lacking both audio output and expressive interfaces. Gen 3 is poised to change that fundamentally. Elon Musk has confirmed multiple times that Tesla's humanoid robot will support customizable voices, personalities, and conversational behavior. Equipped with integrated microphones and powered by large language models, Optimus Gen 3 is expected to communicate in a manner similar to advanced virtual assistants, but embodied in physical form. Unlike smartphone-based assistants, Optimus can gesture-orient its body and interact spatially with humans, dramatically increasing the richness of communication. This capability aligns seamlessly with Musk's broader vision of making advanced AI accessible and intuitive. Optimus will not merely respond to commands but learn user preferences over time, anticipate needs, and adapt its communication style. In practical terms, this means answering questions, offering advice, telling stories, assisting children with homework, or simply engaging in conversation. Such companionship has far-reaching implications. As solo living becomes increasingly common and populations age, a humanoid assistant capable of natural interaction could provide immense value, particularly for individuals who struggle with modern technology. Gen 3 is also expected to mark a major hardware revision, which Musk has described as a turning point for Optimus. This revision likely includes a next-generation drivetrain enabling smoother, faster, and more flexible movement. Increased ranges of motion in the legs, hips, and torso could allow Optimus to perform tasks that require bending, lifting, or sustained standing with greater efficiency. Battery technology is another area poised for improvement. Early Optimus prototypes relied on a battery pack with a capacity of approximately 2.3 kilowatt-hour, enabling 6 to 8 hours of operation. With Tesla's advancements in 4680 battery technology, Gen 3 could realistically adopt a larger pack, potentially around 3 kilowatt-hour, extending operational time toward 12 hours. While a larger battery adds weight, Tesla can mitigate its impact by distributing mass primarily in the lower body, preserving balance and gait stability. Underpinning these physical upgrades is a dramatic leap in computational capability. Tesla is widely expected to equip Optimus Gen 3 with its next-generation AI hardware, often referred to as AI-5. This platform is rumored to deliver up to 10 times the performance of previous hardware generations, with computational power in the range of 700 to 800 watts under peak load, while remaining highly energy efficient during normal operation. Crucially, Optimus does not need to operate at maximum capacity continuously. When idle or stationary power consumption could remain as low as 100 watts, rising to approximately 500 watts during active movement. This efficiency not only extends battery life but opens the door to novel use cases, including distributed computing during downtime. Among all anticipated upgrades, none may be more significant than the next-generation hands. Optimus Gen 3 is widely expected to feature hands with up to 22 degrees of freedom, doubling the already impressive dexterity demonstrated in Gen 2.5. Even with roughly 11 degrees of freedom, Optimus has already shown the ability to manipulate delicate objects such as eggs and battery cells, tasks that traditionally require human-level fine motor control. With 22 degrees of freedom, the robot's hands could perform actions such as threading a needle, playing a musical instrument, watering plants, or executing complex assembly operations. No other humanoid robotics manufacturer has publicly committed to this level of manual dexterity at scale, Tesla has also demonstrated Optimus's ability to learn from video, enabling it to imitate human actions after observing them. This capability dramatically reduces the time and cost required to train new skills. While such learning naturally raises safety questions, Tesla emphasizes that Optimus's AI and sensor systems are designed to recognize dangerous actions, assess risks, and enforce strict software-level constraints. Gen 3 is expected to feature improved sensors and deeper neural networks enhancing self-learning while maintaining rigorous safety standards. Tesla's experience with autonomous driving provides a foundation for managing real-world unpredictability in a controlled manner. What's inside Tesla's $1 million per year Optimus Gen 3 production line? The models most directly affected by this transition are the Model S and Model X. While these vehicles occupy some of the most valuable manufacturing space inside Fremont, they also represent Tesla's lowest volume programs. Official capacity disclosures show that Model 3 and Model Y production in California exceeds 550,000 vehicles per year, while Model S and Model X combined account for only around 100,000 units annually. From a manufacturing risk perspective, the logic is clear. Disrupting high-volume products would expose Tesla to significant revenue margin and cash flow volatility. Reallocating lower volume space minimizes systemic risk while freeing capacity for an entirely new product category. This is why Fremont has emerged as the logical birthplace of Optimus production. It is not a single product plant, but a dense manufacturing ecosystem where Tesla concentrates experienced labor, mature automation, quality assurance infrastructure, and a deeply ingrained culture of rapid iteration. These attributes are difficult to replicate at a greenfield site. Fremont city government has explicitly cited these strengths in explaining why Tesla selected it as the hub for Optimus, emphasizing the city's ability to support complex large-scale manufacturing with speed and flexibility. Importantly, Tesla has stated that this restructuring will not lead to layoffs and may even increase total headcount, reinforcing that this is a transformation rather than a contraction. Another decisive factor lies in the nature of humanoid robots themselves. Unlike vehicles which can be extensively validated through simulation and subsystem testing, humanoid robots are extraordinarily sensitive to physical integration. Minor changes to joint geometry, actuator placement, cable routing, or sensor alignment can cascade through assembly procedures, calibration steps, and quality checks. As a result, Optimus development demands a tightly coupled factory loop where design, production, testing, and redesign occur in near real time. Locating the first production line at Fremont dramatically shortens this feedback cycle, particularly as Tesla frames Optimus Gen 3 not as a research prototype but as the first design intended for mass production. Other Tesla facilities, especially Gigafactory Texas, are structurally better suited for large-scale volume ramp once a design has stabilized. This mirrors a common industrial pattern. Early production lines are placed where experience density is highest, while later expansion occurs at sites optimized for scale. Industry observers have consistently identified Fremont as Tesla's incubator for new manufacturing programs, with Texas positioned to absorb explosive growth later. Much of the confusion around when Tesla Bot will launch stems from treating launch as a single event rather than a sequence of industrial milestones. When those milestones are separated, the timeline becomes clearer. Tesla expects a production intent reveal of Optimus Gen 3 in early 2026. Formal production is targeted before the end of 2026, a commitment Tesla has backed with physical factory restructuring. Public availability is a later step altogether. Based on Tesla's own language around early deployment and external sales, broader availability is more likely in 2027 and may initially be constrained. Final assembly is expected to rely on island-style stations rather than long conveyors, especially in early production. Major subsystems, legs, hips, torso, arms, and head are integrated step by step with cable routing and enclosure closure, accompanied by intermediate quality checks. End-of-line testing is not a formality, but a critical gate. Passing EOL for a humanoid robot means more than powering on. It requires joint zeroing sensor validation, controlled walking object manipulation, emergency stop verification, and thermal and acoustic testing. Some units will undergo extended burn-in, after which software is flashed, logs are recorded for traceability, and the robots are prepared for deployment. During Tesla's earnings call, Musk emphasized that Optimus Gen 3 represents a fundamental leap in capability, especially in how the robot learns. According to Musk, Optimus will be able to learn tasks by observing humans receiving verbal instructions or watching video demonstrations. Tesla's thesis is that Optimus is not a rigidly programmed industrial robot, but a learning system designed to acquire skills through observation, imitation, and contextual understanding. The implication is profound. Instead of months of manual programming per task, Optimus could rapidly generalize skills across domains, dramatically reducing deployment friction and cost. This vision underpins Musk's claim that Optimus could eventually have a significant impact on U.S. GDP, While such statements invite skepticism, they align with Tesla's broader strategy positioning Optimus not as a niche factory robot, but as a general-purpose labor platform. The city of Fremont has openly welcomed Tesla's robotics expansion. Mayor Raj Salwan emphasized the city's long-standing relationship with Tesla and reiterated that Fremont remains Tesla's highest output vehicle factory in North America. He clarified that Tesla is not ending vehicle production at Fremont, but discontinuing the Model S and Model X, while continuing mass production of Model 3 and Model Y alongside Optimus and potential future vehicle programs. Musk himself acknowledged that discontinuing the Model S and Model X is a little sad given their historical importance, but framed the move as part of an inevitable transition toward autonomy and robotics. Production of both models is expected to taper off before ending entirely, with Tesla committing to long-term support for existing owners. Tesla offered its first official glimpse of the Optimus pilot production line in its first quarter 2025 shareholder update showing early-stage assembly infrastructure. Musk stated that Tesla expects thousands of Optimus robots to be working inside its factories by the end of the year, and that the company aims to scale Optimus faster than any product in history. He suggested Tesla could reach 1 million units per year in under 5 years, possibly even 4, while cautioning that production remains in a developmental phase. One reason for Tesla's cautious ramp is the unprecedented complexity of Optimus as a manufactured product. Musk noted that nearly everything in Optimus is new, from motors and gearboxes to actuators and electronics. Unlike vehicles, Optimus lacks a mature, optimized supply chain. Production speed will therefore be dictated by the slowest, most constrained component, an unfamiliar challenge compared to Tesla's automotive business. Tesla has also been coordinating with Chinese authorities to secure licenses for rare earth magnets, which are essential for certain Optimus motors. These discussions occur amid China's export restrictions on rare earth elements. Musk stated that China's primary concern is military use, which does not apply to Optimus. While Tesla generally avoids permanent magnets, space constraints and robot arms make them difficult to eliminate. Is sacrificing the Model S and Model X a smart strategic move, or a sign that Tesla's automotive business has reached its growth ceiling? Please share your opinion in the comments section below this video. Thanks for watching our video. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next breaking Tesla update. It's coming in just 2 days. If you want to explore more exciting information about Tesla EV or Tesla Bot, don't forget to hit the like button and share this video. Also, make sure to turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Goodbye.